Hello, everyone. Welcome to our second episode of the Death Streak podcast. This is a gaming podcast over a bunch of random game-related topics, including our hot takes and recent news. This week we're going to go over our 5 favorite games of all time and why. What's going on with Dino Crisis, Blue Eyes White Dragon, and Pokemon. If you enjoy this podcast, you can follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Stitcher, Spotify, Instagram, and eventually much, much more at Random E Nation. Finally, if you want to help us out and throw a couple bucks our way, you can do that at patreon.com/randomenation. And if you can't afford that, no worries. Just share our show with your friends.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, and like and subscribe and hit the bell and do all the notification mumbo jumbo and everything else. It's fine.
What was the thing about the Pokemon and the Blue Eyes White Dragon?
We'll talk about that later, Josh. We
Okay,
gotta get to
I'm
our
sorry.
5 favorite games. Speaking of which,
I have 12.
Josh, what's your 5 favorite games?
Oh,
and why?
shoot, dude. Okay,
Like,
easy.
just go into
easy,
a little bit of detail. Don't go like too crazy.
easy clap in chat, dude. So I guess
Wait. Before you
Okay.
start,
Okay, yeah.
do honorable mentions, then do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Honorable
more
mentions.
Do
You
you have
didn't
any
tell me honorable mentions. I can't. Okay, so I don't know. Like maybe.
Tanks.
No, that's actually one of my top
outside
5.
of his
Oh, shit.
predetermined
Oh,
list that I
fuck.
made.
I mean, I always go back to tanks, but I don't know. Maybe like Tony Hawk Pro Skater,
Oh my god.
like Underground.
Okay.
Dude, it has such a good like
Tony Hawk series?
memories with me. Yeah, I mean, not like the new ones because a lot of them are really
Did
bad.
you play 1 and 2 remake was apparently really good. They just did that.
I have not gone. Is that out?
Yeah. They
I didn't know it came
released that, I think, like half a year ago.
No, I kind of wanted to get it, but I wanted to get it if like other friends were getting it. So if y'all didn't get it, I don't know, whatever.
It's
Do a
a
kickflip.
single-player game, but...
It's multiplayer too.
Was it? 1 and
Like
2?
they
The original
no,
Tony
they,
Hawk.
no, they made it so it's multiplayer.
Oh, really?
So you can play with your friends. Yeah.
Weird.
So that's at least that's what I remember it happening, or they're
Do a
trying to do
kickflip
anyway.
right now.
I that's one of the moves that I learned to do actually while trying to learn how to skateboard was a kickflip, and I nailed it once and then stopped skateboarding.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All
So
I know how to
that-
do is ride a longboard.
I can't even. I can't keep my balance on them at all.
They're easier than skateboards.
Yeah. Well. All right. So Tony Hawk was my one of the honorable mentions, and I don't know, favorite games of all time for honorable mentions. I can't really think of any honorable mentions right now. So that was like the other one that was like just didn't make the list.
No, I mean, you're fine. You don't need them. So
Yeah. No. Yeah. So another one, either just the Pokemon series in general, or if you want to like break it down to for my number 5, it's probably gonna be like the Pokemon, like the Hoenn series, like Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald.
Okay.
Emerald specifically is like the best one, obviously, out of all of the 3,
Right.
because it's just got a combination of them. And I remember when I was like 12, 13 or whatever, and I'd be playing Ruby and Sapphire, and then my parents got me Emerald. And it was just a good time. I like playing it a bunch. I put like 200 hours into it. I started breeding Pokemon, trying to get shinies, so shiny breeding.
Mm-hmm.
And I had like 5 or 6, and it was just a good time. Even though like you literally couldn't do that much on it. There was like no online at the time, so you were just stuck. You had those like little crappy link cables, right?
Yeah,
So you had to have it. Yeah, you had to have like another person with you that also owned the game, and then they had to have a Game Boy that was adaptable with the link cable, which I think all of them were, right?
I think so. I think all of them had the link cable capability. I think only the Game Boy SP was the one that had the Bluetooth one, which I never saw anyone with one. But yeah, they had the link cable station, and then they had the one for the wireless.
Oh, like that wireless plug-in one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I never saw anybody with that.
I think they were expensive. I imagine.
The SP was pretty cool though, because it also had the light on it.
Yeah, the
So that was one of the
backlight.
few of like. Right, instead of like me doing all of them at once, why don't we like rotate from like?
Oh, you
5
want to
and
do
then
everybody's
onward?
5th and then everybody's
Yeah.
4th? Okay. Well, you
So that
just
way
did
I
your-
don't have the floor for like the entire time.
Yeah, that works. So you just did your honorable mentions in your 5th. Tyler, what
Yeah,
about
we-
you? You got any honorable mentions?
I don't really have any. I didn't think this far.
Okay. No, that's fine. What's your 5th favorite then?
I haven't quite ranked them yet. They're all pretty close to me. Like I can't really like say which one I like more than because I like them all.
Okay.
equally the same.
Just say one then.
The Need for Speed games, Underground 2
God
specifically.
damn it.
Hot Pursuit
Dude.
2.
Yo, those were good games. Need for
Need
Speed Underground was good too.
Underground was peak race game.
It kind of. I almost agree, honestly.
Hot
Soundtrack
Pursuit 2 I
one?
played the shit out of.
Soundtrack phenomenal. Car
Heck yeah.
customization phenomenal. The drift racing perfect.
Phenomenal, one could say.
Phenomenal. Phenomena.
Do. Exactly.
Delicate.
All right, Tori.
I do have a couple of honorable mentions. I put Donkey Kong 64 in my honorable mentions because I never ended up beating it.
I hate that
So
game.
out of what? Well,
Fuck
cool.
Donkey Kong.
This isn't your list, is it? It's mine.
Nope.
So shut up.
My hot take.
Get
I don't
hacked.
care about your hot take.
Saucy.
I put Uncharted 3 in my honorable mentions because it's one of the only games that I ever got a platinum trophy for.
Nice.
But that was a while ago. It is a great game. I've played 2, but not 1 or 4. But 3, I completely finished everything, and even played online mode for a hot minute, even though it's trash. It's
What makes
fun.
it, why is it so trash?
It's just not. It's hard.
Not good.
It's hard to play. Yeah, like the survival mode where there's like waves of enemies is fun, but fighting it's fun. It's fun. I like running around, climbing around, and shooting other people, but sometimes it's really clunky when you're trying to PvP in Uncharted games.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So Donkey Kong 64, Uncharted 3, Mario Kart is an honorable mentions because I think that's a hard game for anyone to not like. Really, right?
Mario
So Mario
Kart
Kart 64?
specifically, or any of them?
Like any of them. Like I'm not gonna be like Mario Kart 5 was the best. No, I'm just giving general categories.
Yeah, fair enough. I like Double Dash the best, but I don't think that was the best game.
I
At
do
all.
like Double Dash, but I just like Mario Kart in general. It's just fun to have. Same with Mario Party.
Yeah, the first one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Crap, I have way too many.
Don't worry about it. Just hit him quickly.
Smash Bros. Just because I played it forever and I'm not good at it ever. And
What do you mean you're not
bullshit.
good at it, you liar?
I'm not
face.
good compared to like normal like people who are competitive.
You
Don't
mean
lie to me.
the competitive scene? You're not the best.
Well, I beat a couple people when I went to that Michigan tournament.
Yeah, there you go.
That was pretty cool.
But my number 5, I had to give this one to League of Legends because of the impact it's had on my life. It's just like
Because you
for the
played
past
it too
like,
much.
6 years off and on. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
play it currently a lot, but I used to play it a lot, and I'll probably cycle back to it eventually. It's just the competitive edge of it. Like the community's trash a lot of the time, but it's also like
They're
fun
all
to like.
Tyler. All
Yeah.
of them are Tyler.
Like when I went to IPFW, I joined the league club there, and it was like an active group of like 40 or so people. So it's a big community center, and obviously it's popular because it's been like top of the Twitch. Like if you go to the browse section, it's like always at the top. Not like number 1 recently, but it's always in the top line.
Right.
Or
Yeah.
until they changed up the like how they did Twitch. To where it's like not as popular now. It's more customized. Like you watch this game, so maybe you'll like this other game.
It makes sense.
Did you guys notice that?
I don't watch Twitch very often.
I've been just watching a lot of Tarkov and chess streams lately on Twitch.
Fucking
Yeah.
chess.
I watch
Dude,
more
there's a
YouTube.
tournament going on for chess.
I've been watching a lot of Magic stuff.
See, that's
Anywho,
cool too.
that's my number 5.
Magic.
I've been
League of
No.
Legends.
Oh
Like-
yeah.
Pay
I've been
attention.
watching League.
Thanks.
I want to know where it is on your list, Tyler. I'm waiting.
All right.
If it's number 1, I'm gonna punch you.
Well, Tyler
It's
didn't
not number
make it
one.
number.
It's
okay.
So.
It's not number 1.
All right,
Okay,
so
good.
for my honorable mentions, I put Tarkov, because
Wow.
Josh got me into it, and we have been playing it quite a bit.
Wow, only
I've been
honorable
enjoying
mention.
it.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
It's not. It doesn't. It's just not
I
good
get
enough.
it. I get it.
It hasn't
Yeah.
released
Very
yet,
cool.
technically. So yeah,
Dude, it's so good. What do you mean?
it's really good. World of Tanks on honorable mentions, RuneScape Classic, and Super
I
Smash
should add that to
Bros.
honorable.
64.
Ooh, I didn't even think
When you
about
say RuneScape
I can
Classic,
throw people.
Ooh.
When you say RuneScape Classic, do you mean old school RuneScape?
Yes.
That's what classic means.
Classic.
No, because there is a classic RuneScape, and then there's old school. Yes,
What's
there
the
is.
difference?
The classic RuneScape looks like hot trash.
That's probably
Not
what I mean.
that old school RuneScape is different because it also looks pretty bad. But
they both look like hot trash.
Yeah,
But one
no,
looks like
here
less hot
let
trash.
me pull
I
up
guess
a
you could
thing
just
of
say
like
the original
classic
RuneScape,
RuneScape.
right?
Yeah, there's like original like RuneScape.
Whatever was
And
out in 2005.
Whatever we played in middle school and high school.
No, 2005.
You only played in 2005?
It was like 3 summers worth of RuneScape where we went to the library every day for like 12 hours a day.
The only time I remember vividly going to like this kid.
We know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you guys know. And they were like, I have never owned a MySpace account, and so I was like bamboozled. I'm like, what is this? Everyone was talking about it, but he introduced me to MySpace, and then we immediately went to playing RuneScape instead of like talking to people. But this was a while ago, like in middle school or something.
Right.
Dude, I had the same kind of experience with RuneScape though. Like I would go to like my quote unquote friends because they weren't really my friends.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the same thing for me. Yeah.
And like elementary and middle school. But like we would always play like we'd go to the computer and always play RuneScape on the browser, and like I had no idea what was going on. Right. I'm like, dude, what is this? It's cool.
So it was that type of thing where I played it for like basically 4 years straight, like every day at the library, because we didn't have our own like computers at home. But me, Nick, and Sam would always go to the library and then just like keep like abusing their system, where we would like sign up for a new session immediately, and then like adults would be actually trying to do like taxes or something, and they didn't have computers at home. We'd be like fucking hogging the computers all day playing RuneScape. It's that type of shit.
That's basically what happened for me.
Yeah.
So I can't post a picture on the Discord here because it won't let me. But I sent it to your direct message, Austin.
Okay.
I don't know. It's not letting me. That's what classic RuneScape looks like.
Oh yeah.
That's not old school.
I think that we were on the upgraded version of that.
Okay, so that's OSRS or old school RuneScape or RuneScape 2 if you want to be proper with it. So that was like the best version of RuneScape, 100%.
So yeah, that was what we were playing, was old school.
Okay.
And then my number 5 is Pokemon Snap for the Nintendo 64. Because I played the fuck out of that game. It's a very fun game. And probably helped get me into design a little bit, I think, I would say. Because fucking with like getting the worst pictures possible and then having Professor Oak rate them the highest was my hobby. And I think that followed me through. So I just enjoyed that game immensely, and I played the shit out of it.
How many times did you destroy Psyduck with an apple?
Every time I played the game. I started that game over probably like 400 times. Also, they announced the new Pokemon Snap, I think, is coming out in April. I
saw that announcement. It looks fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm not really into Pokemon a lot just because
I didn't want to look into it because I feel like, I know it's weird to say spoilers for Pokemon Snap, but I don't want to see spoilers.
You take pictures
for
of Pokemon.
Snap. Yeah. I want to enjoy it. I don't need to look at it. I know it's going to be good. But, yeah. So, that is my number 5. So, we'll cycle back to Josh for number 4.
Okay, so you're going to love this, right? Because you said this is an honorable mention for you.
Tarko?
But,
Tanks?
It's Tanks.
Aw, shit.
Tanks is my number 5.
Guessed?
Or number 4, I'm sorry, number 4. Dude, it's really good. I really enjoyed Tanks.
I'm super glad you got me into it.
So, I mean, the reason why I like... I mean, so I play it a little bit more seriously than you do, and it's pretty obvious that I do.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. You watch videos constantly about...
I'm better than you, and you should know your place.
I mean, he
is,
no. And I do.
No, that's not really what I was going for, but okay.
To be fair, I think Tyler's better on it than me, so...
I don't know, maybe. But anyways, what was I saying, right?
Tanks.
Sorry. Yeah, Tanks. So, like, I don't know, the reason why I got into it is, like, I saw a video of it, and then I was like, man, that'd be really, really cool, right? And I was like, I love World War II stuff, and it just made sense that I'd switch to like playing a World War II game because I just love that shit. That's my jams. And you could play like all these cool tanks, like a Sherman tank. I like I like World War II, so you could play like Sherman King Tigers, like Russian like T-34s, and I'm like, yo,
My favorite tank.
that's pretty cool. And there was like, I thought, there was like some sort of semblance of realism, but there's like kind of is not. Obviously, it's like an arcadey game.
Yeah, but it's
and
fun.
Now
I think
fun.
they did a great job with it.
But nowadays, I think it's the power creep is like really, really much, So now you got like these wheeled vehicles, and everybody's firing gold. Which back in the
Just
day,
only fire gold shells.
yeah, well, back in the day, the gold shells cost real money.
Right.
So you actually had to spend gold on it, which is another type of currency in the game, which costs, wouldn't you guess it, real money.
Crazy.
Yeah, and it made sense that if you were going to use it, you'd have to use it sparingly, but which it just didn't become that anymore. So
Are those like really strong? Also,
They're higher penetration, lower power, but like barely.
No,
lower power.
not even lower power. They're not lower power.
Are they not?
They're similar damage. Yeah. So the damage is the same, and if they're meant to like basically completely just go through armor like 100%, almost 100% of the time. I wouldn't say 100%
why would
of the
gold
time.
go through armor?
It's
soft metal.
The reason that they're called gold rounds is because the currency that you need to to buy it is called gold.
Yeah.
So that's why it's called a gold round.
Well, it used to be, but now you can buy it with regular money. It's just really expensive.
It's really
Like
expensive.
in-game currency.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Silver.
Yes,
Silver.
basically silver.
So what? Do you like battleships?
I played World of Warships.
I don't like warships.
World of Warships was drastically different, and I didn't really understand how it worked, like damage wise, because I'd be hitting people with like normal like attacks, and it wouldn't do a ton of damage, and people would hit me with these like it would seem like a normal attack, and I'd take tons of damage. And then it wasn't fun. It was really slow, and you can't like really dodge effectively like you can in tanks. It's just a much different experience, and I wasn't a fan of it as much.
It's a little bit more predicting.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah. Joe made it to tier 10, I believe, right? Yeah. I gave it to tier 5, and I gave up. So
On ships?
Yeah.
In
Okay, yeah.
warships. Okay.
See, I've made it to tier 10 on tanks, and I really enjoy that. You feel like you're able to control the battle a lot more on tanks, I feel.
Yeah.
If you're like pretty well played.
I think
so. That's my number 4.
Ships is a lot more tactical, and
yeah.
it's a more drawn out battle, and it's a lot of predicting, kind of like chess. So you don't have as much complete control of the ship because obviously you have momentum because you're like you're moving in the water and it's not like you can't stop on a dime because obviously you're not on land. So unless you crash into an island,
and they're many magnitudes larger than tanks are.
Exactly.
Oh, absolutely.
So
like you got to imagine like a tank. The biggest gun that a tank's firing is probably like a 122 millimeter at the time of like World War II, and then these warships are firing like 240 millimeters, which is like
thicker armor,
double the size.
Exactly.
It's just crazy.
All right,
but it's cool though.
But yeah, good number 4. Who'd we go next? Did we go Tyler or Tori? I forget.
Tyler.
It went me.
Tyler. Yeah. What's your number 4?
Or I would have to say,
what's your next one?
I have them numbered now.
Okay.
I thought about it while the World Tanks was going on, and I was like, all right, here is the ranking. I'm going. It's a love-hate relationship, but
it's League
of Legends.
Yeah. Oh shit.
It's a love-hate relationship.
For your 4.
A lot of the same reasoning as Tori. Been playing it for a long time.
Just stuck to the game.
Yeah, it's
you can't get away from it.
Like there's YouTubers that talk about League as like an addiction, and once you figure out how to play it and you start playing ranked and you start trying to climb and trying to get better, and it literally does become an addiction. Like it's bad.
Everyone hates
it.
No one actually loves League.
Like I literally took I'm pretty sure I went through a year and a half without playing, and then just for shits and giggles, I re-downloaded it, and I played like 3 games, and I was already re-hooked. I was like, God damn it, I'm back. I was like, here we go.
Terrible.
It's because it's so easy to pick up because the rules don't change.
Right.
Yeah, the rules don't change. It's only the characters, the abilities, and
there's only like
it's just the rest of the game.
Tweaks. Yeah, there's so many tweaks and new stuff if you come back to it. Because I took a couple years off. Yeah, new metas here and there.
Like they constantly nerf and buff characters. I think it's like every 2 weeks they do a patch story.
Well, yeah, it's like Apex or Siege or whatever else. All the things that are like that.
Well, yeah, okay, so it's like Apex, but take Apex and like take the characters and multiply it by like 5. There's like I think right now there's like 150 different characters you can play as in League. It's disgusting.
Right.
There's so many.
That's a lot.
Plus, at least with the Apex, you have like the base controls are not different at all.
No, and I agree
besides
with
like
that.
movement speed and like maybe hitboxes hitboxes are different sizes. And
Right.
stuff. But League, it's like even just walking around or like pressing a single button is so different with different people. It's like the characters are more. It depends. Like your character you choose is a lot. It has more weight behind it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, it
Well, the
shapes
matches are a lot longer too, generally.
Some characters have like point and
It
click
can be.
CC. Some characters you have to like aim the CC and hope it hits.
especially
and then you
nowadays
gotta
they have
hope
some ridiculously, stupidly complex garbage. that they
Yeah,
make.
there's like every character has a dash now, so you gotta like try and predict if they're gonna dash, where they're gonna dash, and then you gotta like try and hope that they've used their dash already. Like do they still have the dash? Is it on cooldown or is it?
That's why you
Like
count.
there's just
That's why you count.
so much at play.
Something I miss is support characters. Like timing the flash. You know, when they do that, like they like
Trying to predict the flash.
Caitlyn
yeah.
flash 200 seconds.
Yes. I don't know anything about what you're talking about, but sure.
Yeah.
Some people still do the timer thing, Tori, where like someone will
start
flash,
doing that. Yeah.
like someone will flash, and then they'll type in when the enemy flashes back up.
Yeah.
Like in the chat, so everybody knows. Like, hey, at 12, like up until the 12th minute,
You're not going to kill this person. They're
Caitlin's
just going
not
to
going to
flash.
have flash.
Yeah.
Like,
I should start doing that again.
Is
Anywho.
good teamwork rare?
Yeah.
it is very rare to get good teamwork.
That's unfortunate because it seems
bizarre
like a very
'cause, like,
team-centric game.
I think this is this is a common motif in like a lot of competitive games, especially for like at least Americans. Everyone thinks they know like their shit to a T. Like they think they know the exact right thing to do all the time, and they want other people to know that they know what they're talking about. And
Right.
so when
Talking to
it
any
turns
of you?
out that their strategy doesn't work, which is more than like half the time, it's like 80% of the time because you have to shift up your strategy. They get angry.
Well, I'm assuming
But-
when it comes to League players, it's kind of similar to you guys, where they've been playing for years now, and they think they know what they're talking about, and then sometimes it works, and then sometimes they're, like, super fucking wrong.
Some people
So-
get mad at other people's builds. Like last night, I literally had somebody try and throw a game because someone who won their lane. They won their lane. They didn't lose their lane. They won their lane. They didn't have the right boots that they thought they should have. So they started to refuse to group with us, just stopped cooperating, and was saying, I'll start he literally said in the chat, I'll start playing together when he builds the right boots. I was like, wow.
It's pretty
This
stupid.
man won his lane. Why are you being toxic? Like people are toxic for no reason.
Gotta love that toxicity.
Which I mean, it just
That's
brings
not
us
League
back
centric though. Like stuff like that. It's,
Yeah,
it's
that's
actually,
universal.
yeah.
yeah,
People
it just
yell
brings
in
us
voice
back to
chat in
Modern
Apex
Warfare
and
2
whatnot.
days.
Modern Warfare.
Everybody on Modern Warfare 2 got older, and we all started playing League and shit, and we're still all toxic pieces of shit. It's
Yeah.
fine.
That's true.
All right. Tori, do you already go?
Nope.
Okay, Tori.
So for number 4, I kind of cheated. I technically have 2 games, but they're all in the Lord of the Rings category.
That's fine.
I didn't want to like make 2 Lord of the Rings
That's
games.
fair.
Be in
I
my
did
top
that
5.
for my number 3, so don't worry about it.
So one of them I'm actually playing right now on my GameCube that I got to work again.
You're playing it
It's,
right now,
Lord of the
like, during
Rings
the
Third
podcast?
Age on the GameCube. I think it was on the Xbox as well, and maybe one of the older
PS2.
PlayStation. PS2, yeah. And the other one is on the PC. It's Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle Earth. It's like a real time strategy game. There were 2 different. There's 1 and 2,
Shadows
and
of
then like
Middle Earth? or whatever it is.
Battle for Middle Earth.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
I thought you liked the Shadows of War and and
I do, but they're not on my top list.
Huh. Okay.
Like Shadows, those are good games. Don't get me wrong, but they didn't like. I played it through once and beat it, and I have no desire to play through it again.
That's fair. They just
Where
put a
these games-
patent on the
The Nemesis
system,
Yeah.
and so now games won't be able to do that, and it's doesn't super matter
shame.
because not very many games have used that. But now
It's not-
it sounds like there's a lot of games that are going to start putting patents on like tropes, which sucks because it's going to make it that much harder to come up with like good games.
I thought the Nemesis system was unique and interesting to play with, but it was also not like super great.
It's cool, but
mean-
I don't think it's like that big of a deal. But like I said, it's going to do a domino effect to the rest of
Right.
like games.
That's
Because
true.
people are
I can
going to
see
start putting patents on all their new systems. So anything that's like brand new, they're going to be like, "Oh, that's ours.
I mean,
you
if-
can't use
if you-
that."
that. You can get behind that with like if you tweak it like a tiny bit. You're like,
Yeah,
this is
but
different.
it's still like
Yeah, I get
Is
it.
it different though?
it's just
Is it
annoying.
different?
Yeah, so Lord of the Rings: The Third Age one is a turn-based strategy game, like kind of like Final Fantasy, almost exactly,
Right.
where you follow these 4 rando characters that were made up for the game. But I'm replaying it now, and I'm actually loving it way more because there's these like you can collect like 108 cutscenes,
Oh, cool.
but and it's just mostly the video is just cutscenes throughout the movies, right? The Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Right.
But they actually hired the voice actor for Gandalf, right?
I don't know.
You know, Ian.
I haven't played that one.
You've never heard Gandalf talk?
I've heard Gandalf talk. Yeah, what?
That
Wait,
dude.
who's Gandalf?
They had him like they gave like you know how a lot of these Lord like movie games will have like they'll just steal freaking voice from the movie.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so they had him
Dialogue.
actually do a VA
Yes, they
role.
gave him a
Gotcha.
bunch of lines and like that followed the storyline
Okay.
of these characters. So I thought that was
That's
like,
pretty cool.
I thought that was unique and interesting.
Yeah. So it's kind
Why?
of like, is it
Ian
is it-
McKellen. That's what's his last name. McKellen.
Sorry.
Sir Ian McKellen. I couldn't think
So
of
is it kind of like what is that Halo game called? The real-time strategy Halo game where they have a bunch of like CG cutscenes every so often after you beat something.
That's Battle for Middle Earth. I'm talking about Third Age.
Oh,
I have
okay.
the
My
two
bad.
games I have. But yes, the other game, Battle for Middle Earth, is like StarCraft, where it's like just a real time strategy game
Gotcha.
that had like a story mode, like you can follow your heroes. Blah blah. blah. That one I just like because I played it over and over again 1,000 times because I wanted to play like. I wanted to be Rohan. I wanted to be the good guys and have like the horses.
Have
Or
the
I wanted to
horses.
be.
Yeah.
I wanted to have the Mumakil elephants.
Don't Rohan kind of suck though?
No, they're good.
Are they?
They're really good.
I feel like they're too small of a nation to be like.
No,
any
they're actually the
actual-
second biggest nation in Middle Earth.
Really?
That's very
They
surprising.
seem really small.
They do seem really small,
No.
especially like
They're
their
country
little
folk, but they have a large population.
kingdom,
Weird.
their little.
I mean,
capital.
Gondor's like massively massive.
Yes, that's
It's
what I'm
just-
saying though. You know, like Gondor
But-
compared to Rohan.
Rohan's still like a large nation. Like there's a lot of people living there. You saw Helm's Deep.
Just
It's a
spread
massive
out.
place. Edoras is a huge city.
Yeah, but like they weren't gonna win unless other people were gonna help them.
Neither was Minas Tirith. They lost that fight.
That's
they
the.
lose
Are
that
those
one?
the elves?
No, that's the White City, Gondor
Oh, okay.
City.
Oh yeah, I guess you're right. But they were holding up way better though.
No,
Were
Than
they? No,
Helm's Deep?
I think you're
no,
right.
I think
No,
they
don't
both did
were.
equally bad.
They
Yeah,
were
they both
both
did terrible.
Until the army of the dead came for the.
That one was Minas Tirith, wasn't it?
Yes, that was in the third movie, and
I
until
don't
Gandalf
remember
came.
the third
The
movie.
king was like he caught on fire and like jumped off.
Yeah, he wasn't a king. He was
We'll
a
do
steward.
that series at some point. Probably.
Yeah, we're gonna have to watch
first
all
if
that.
you end up winning.
Good.
I don't know what you're gonna pick, but
That's
whoever
100% what
wins
I'm
gets to pick the next series we do.
Oh no.
So
But yeah, I like Lord of the Rings a lot, and these games are both really good,
So they're good
Fun
renditions of like the
Yeah.
movies and the books.
and they're very fun.
That's good. I think it's my turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So my fourth one is pretty obvious. Divinity Original Sin 2.
Dude, I've never beaten that game.
Me
I still have yet to beat it.
that game.
I got to the last city, and I'm still there. I couldn't beat the demon dude.
The
Doctor.
demon is definitely hard. That
Don't
game
spoil it. We
is
gotta do it
so
together.
fucking.
It's pretty fun.
There's so much versatility in it. In just the base game, there's so much versatility in it. And then you beat the game with no mods, and then the modding system just opens it up even more, and it's just fucking super cool. Because that community is really, like, there's still people making mods right now. I know it's not, like, super old, but, like, for a lot of games, like, it's like Skyrim level, I would say, with the modding. Probably not up to the Doom standard, because there's still people making shit for Doom 2, and those games came out in, like, I don't know, 1980?
Forever.
Yeah, so not quite up to that standard, but like there's people making class mods, people making story mods, people making all kinds of like fucking nice bug fixes and shit like that. And then like the company's still doing like official mods, like they're working with the modders to like implement those into the games. Like they had like 5 official mod packs come out that you can just add there, and you don't even have to download anything. It's just standard on the definitive
It's
edition.
like on the main menu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just super nice. Just super cool. So
Those are the mods that I like because I don't have to do anything.
Well, they don't have any class mods, but they do have a lot of the like quality of life
I don't really
stuff.
care for the class mods because there's only so many skills that you can add where it's like,
There's-
how many times can I use lightning, poison, or different statistics?
No, there's a shitload of good stuff. Like there's the
Like-
Cryomancer, and there's the Time Freeze guy, and there's a bunch of other like the Dragon Knight,
but
and a bunch of other stuff.
Like that's still like a
nice.
different rendition of like, oh, let's put a pause on this
Well,
character.
yeah, and most of them are a little bit OP, but I mean, once you beat the game, it's fun to have a super broken character.
To mess around.
To be real
yeah.
honest with you, yeah. Just go through it, because I still only have gotten 2 endings. We've only beaten it 3 times. We got the same ending twice, so that sucks. Because the game's like 100 hours long.
It's very unfortunate.
How many endings are there?
I think there's like 13.
Jesus.
Yeah, so definitely not going to beat all of them, but
That's how I am
enjoying
with
it
like.
quite a
Sorry
bit.
to. Hollow Knight has like 6 endings and 5 of them are bad, and so I'm thinking like I haven't beat it once, and I'm like, ugh.
There's only one true ending for that
Yeah,
game.
there is.
yeah, but don't you have
I
to
think
do
they're all
everything
sad,
for the
dude.
true ending? That's
Yes, you
generally
do.
how
You
how
do
you have to
everything
do
right.
stuff. Yeah. So, but yeah,
Those games are so games like that are super fun, like Divinity. It makes me angry though because I want to finish it all. Like I want to know every ending.
you could watch the cutscenes. Or I mean,
I
like,
could.
Yeah, so you can look it up on
Just
YouTube.
go to YouTube, but that doesn't feel good.
it's
Not the
not
same.
the same.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that is why Divinity Original Sin 2 is my 4th favorite game. I have not played the rest of the
Wow.
series at all, but I am excited because
Baldur's Gate
yes,
3 is
Baldur's
for
Gate
free.
3 is out, and I will be excited to play
Ish.
it with you guys once the like multiplayer shit comes out.
I was gonna say, is it not multiplayer?
Not yet. They're
What?
they're
They
coming
still
out with a
have,
big
like,
patch
demon class,
soon.
like-
I do not think it's going
Jesus.
to add multiplayer until it actually releases, and I don't think they've
That's
announced
really
when it's
sad.
going to release. So
Because you've been hyping this game up for me, and I really want to
it's
play
super
it. Yeah,
fucking
but I don't
fun.
want to.
It
I
looks
don't want to
fantastic.
play it without.
it
you
is
guys.
hard as fuck. Like as
mean, that's
someone
how
that's
D&D
super
should be,
good
right?
at Divinity, it's super fucking hard. Like I cannot get
Okay.
past the tutorial area because I keep dying, and I have it on a normal difficulty. So
You're just doing it wrong.
clearly,
Maybe.
but anyway.
Maybe you should try focusing more on charisma instead of fighting.
I
Gets
maybe
you out of situations.
Talk your
every
way
time.
out of every
talk to all
situation.
the fucking
You gotta
bug
talk your way.
monsters.
Out of every
All right.
situation.
You found the ring of strength and destruction.
Josh, what's
plus
your
3
number
charisma.
3?
All right, so my number 3 that I could remember having like very good memories. Oh wow, I didn't even put Resident Evil 4 on here because I remember like these are games that I just played so much when I was younger.
Right.
So one of them was Ratchet and Clank.
Bleh.
But it wasn't the original one. Not the original Ratchet and Clank. I actually did not like the original Ratchet and Clank. I didn't think it played very well. It was very clunky.
It was very
Um,
clanky, you could say.
Clanky.
Yes.
Shut
Yes,
up.
sir.
The new Ratchet and Clank coming out.
I'm not really too interested in the new ones, honestly. But there is a new one coming out.
Coming out.
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is what the new one's coming out because that was one of the ones I was researching earlier.
Yeah, they made a
I don't know
hint
much about
on
it.
Twitter about what the like the main lady that's gonna come out is, and they said like she's like ripe and rosy to see you. So people were saying her name was Rosie, but then somebody else said like it was like Rosie the Riveter or something like that. So people are saying her name's probably Rivet.
Sounds like people are just horny.
Yeah, maybe.
What?
She's ripe and rosy to see you.
No,
I don't know.
not
That's
at
what
all.
the company said,
Dude.
so I don't think so.
People are horny. They're
No, that's not a horny thing. That just means she's like a bouncy attitude.
No, it's like Rosie the Riveter, I think. That's the World War II poster later.
Yeah, that's like the model.
Yeah, but Rivet
for
the
Rivet
bandanas.
is what people are thinking her name is because it goes kind of with Ratchet. So
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. So, the one that I was speaking of mostly, well, actually, there's two of them. It was Ratchet and Clank Going Commando, which is the second in the series. And yeah, there's always like
Innuendos
some sort
and
of
weird
joke
jokes.
in there. Yeah, there's
How many
tons of
naked things
innuendos
are
in these
there in that
games,
game?
and I didn't really understand any of them when I was playing. So
Yeah.
it was just fun. I just had a good time. And then the other one was Deadlocked. So the concept was
like
generally the
Death
same.
Streak- No, I'm joking. Anyway, continue.
Well, no.
Continue.
No. So the idea, of both these games is some bad guy comes in, you go out, try to save the world or galaxy or whatever the fuck. But the Going Commando had a little bit of an element of like you had the control, right? You were able to go to like other like worlds, like whenever you wanted to. You had your own ship.
Right.
There was like space battles. You could like level up your weapons. You could like explore. There was like other side quests. There was like hoverboard mini games.
Sounds almost like a
hidden-
Kingdom Hearts type style game.
Is Ratchet and
it-
Clank not like a platformer?
it's a semi-platformer, but it's a
Sounds like-
combat game.
Yeah, like Rayman.
So you had guns. There was like a ton of different like guns, and they were like all pretty quirky. They all had like their own quirks. Some of them were complete memes, like total memes, like just turning people into sheep, or like making people dance.
That's some like destroy
and then
all
like you
human
could hit
shit.
them. Dude, it was fun. It was a great time.
My
and
mind
then,
went to tack when you said sheep.
like polymorphing people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Didn't they do
I mean
something
it's
like that
fun,
in
dude.
Spyro too.
Yeah, I think so. No, I think eating sheep in Spyro was what
Oh, is
gave you
that
health.
what that was? Maybe.
Yeah.
I never played Spyro. I said
But yeah, so it had like some RPG elements. You could upgrade your health by finding certain things. You could go to shops. You're collecting bolts and nuts and whatever as currency. And if you found like these hidden, quote unquote hidden, like golden or titanium bolts, and you could like upgrade or buy these special like upgrades for like these really powerful like broken weapons. Like you could one shot most enemies, right? So it was just a really fun game. I spent a lot of hours in it. And it had just a lot of elements going on, platforming, combat, and just fun, quirky things.
Cool.
And the characters were cool too. The characters were fun.
Yeah.
Like they had a good
Repertoire.
connection. Yeah, exactly. And one thing I have to say about the new ones, the reboot, is I heard that Ratchet is kind of like a bitch. Like he kind of sucks, is what I understand.
That's unfortunate.
he's a Ratchet.
Well, no, his character
He
just kind of is not fun.
You Ratchet.
Like the Clank and Ratchet had a good
Like a good friendship
like
going.
like one was like the foil to each other, or like a bond,
Yeah.
right? And then in the new one, it just seems like Ratchet's just kind of doing things just because he's just kind of like there.
That's unfortunate.
So he doesn't really have like a character. He's just kind of like
their
blank.
back and forth doesn't exist.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. So it just seemed like I can't say for sure because I've never actually played the new ones. So
Right.
from what I've heard, that's what it seems like. So yeah, but that's my third favorite game.
Oh, cool. Tyler,
So what?
third favorite game,
Jesus
buddy?
Christ.
Yeah, on the podcast.
Ah, yes.
Jesus.
You good, Tyler?
Yeah, I'm good. Definitely
Killed me.
it's kind of going into the same era that Josh's number 3 was.
Okay.
But it's going with the Jack and Daxter series.
Ah, God.
Dude, no, that was good too. Hell yeah,
Terrible.
I'm with it. No, dude, you're
I
terrible.
know. I am. I have bad taste. Anyway, continue, Tyler. Why? Tyler,
Whoa,
come back. Tori, go poke Tyler.
is Tyler dead?
Is
Did he
Tori
die?
dead?
Hello?
Hello?
I can hear you.
Use both of them.
Apparently, we lost him. I guess we'll just have to sidestep to yours, man.
I guess my third favorite game. Well, it's actually the Resident Evil series as a whole, but Resident Evil 4 obviously my favorite of them. The remakes 2 and 3 are fantastic, but I just played the shit out of Resident Evil 4 so much that I just do not think I could have the heart to put those two above 4. Because I think I unlocked all the like secret shit where you have to. Obviously, you beat the game the first time, and then you unlock the unlimited rocket launcher for the next like New Game Plus. And then you have, I forget what you have to do. I think you also unlock the hardest difficulty, and then when you beat the hardest difficulty, you unlock the like weird plasma cannon thing.
Did you ever get that?
Yeah, I got that.
I never got that.
And then if you do all of the Ada missions, you get the Tommy gun. So there's an infinite Tommy gun that you can get. And then also if you do all the Stars missions and do all of those like level 5, you get an unlimited like Magnum pistol. So with all of that stuff, I did not get the Magnum, but I got everything else. And I played the fuck out of that game. Like, not only just trying to unlock stuff, just playing the story over and over again, because the story is fucking amazing. And
so I had a similar experience with you. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but
continue.
Resident Evil 4 was just such a good time. I also like played the crap out of it. I never really got into like the harder mode because I just played it kind of casually as I went. Yeah, and I could probably beat the game in like 8 hours.
I was gonna say I could probably beat the game on hard in like maybe like 10. Because it's just I just know that fucking map, the entire thing. It's just super good. But I was super excited about the fourth one's remake because they didn't announce it, but they were talking about working on it. Well, like the development team just switched over, unfortunately. So I'm not exactly sure what they're gonna do with that because they did have the team that was remaking 3 doing it. But they switched them off, and now the Resident Evil like proper team, like the ones that work on the mainline series, they've switched them on to doing it. Yes, because there was they were having, I guess the whole thing with 3 was, and I didn't have this problem because I didn't play the original 3, so I only played the 3 remake. The whole issue with 3 was the controversy was they changed a couple of the spots in Resident Evil and took out a couple like areas completely, which is why the game was a lot shorter than 2. And I didn't have any problem. I thought Resident Evil 3 Remake was probably better than 2. I had a great time with it. But apparently there was a lot of people that I didn't know that were upset about it. So they had the people that were remade 3 working on the remake for 4, and they wanted to change some stuff up for 4, and they didn't think it was a good idea, so they ended up switching the teams over. So it sounds like they're probably not going to be done with it until like 2022, 2023, which is unfortunate.
Dang. Yeah, that's quite a long time.
As long as they can remake it correctly, I mean, I'm fine with them taking their time on it, because that game is...
Dude, I don't really want them to take out anything. If they add stuff, that's cool. I can live with adding things, but I loved literally every part of that game. And obviously it was more action, and I know Resident Evil 3 was more action oriented in the timeline of Resident Evil games.
Yeah, it definitely was.
But the transition, I didn't really like the tank controls when I played the OG Resident Evil.
Right, and I don't either. Much. Like when you played some of the newer ones that also have the tank controls, and I tried to replay 0 when I was trying to replay all of them. I just couldn't get through it, man. They're fucking hard, and they're annoying. Rough. Yeah, the controls are not good. And 0 is one of the newer ones. I think that one came out a little bit before the remake for the original one did. The HD remake for 1.
I couldn't do that. No, I mean, I don't know why people would want that. Obviously, people just want it for the nostalgia, but realistically speaking, it's just why you're going back and ruining progress for literally no reason.
It's just like bad game design. It's like Crash Bandicoot 1. People stand by that, but you're like running at the screen at some points in the game and like trying to jump over platforms that you can't even see in a platformer, and it's just it's not good. Like there's a reason we left behind that type of game design. So
it just becomes trial and error, and it can become really annoying, especially for like someone who's like a more of a casual player.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But yeah, Resident Evil 4, I really totally couldn't even think about that, and I'm really glad that you brought it up because I also really love that game. And I myself never got that plasma gun or the Magnum. I only got the Chicago typewriter, and I wasn't the one who unlocked it
right
when I was a kid because I never played the pro mode, or the Ada mode was actually really hard too.
Oh yeah, the Ada mode is super difficult, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Because, well, the issue with that is they give you a lot of limited resources. So you have to, like, do what you can with shit that's, like, non-upgraded. And then, like, they have limited ammo. So, oh, hey, you're back.
Well, this is awkward.
What happened?
Wi-Fi went out.
The Wi-Fi went out.
Impressive.
Jeez.
I'm on my phone now.
You're fine. We just kept going with the podcast, so we just said my number 4. We were talking about Resident Evil 4, which is my number 3.
That was your number 3.
Yeah.
So, where did I cut out on mine?
Probably pretty early.
Yeah.
Did you at least hear what I said?
You said Jack
No.
and Daxter, right?
Oh, yeah, Jack and Dexter.
Okay.
And then I said what you liked about it, and then you didn't respond. So, Tor, you back?
I think he's on his phone too.
Good.
But
anyway,
yeah. So the reason why I liked Jack and Daxter, one was kind of,
yeah.
I mean, it's like your basic open world kind of platformer thing. But the story was funny. I liked it. Like it was really quirky. 2 was when they added like vehicles to it and like dark jack powers, which was pretty cool. It was a cool concept, and they added guns. And because in Jack 1 there was no guns, it was just like punch and kick everything. But in 2 they added guns, and then in 3 they added the like Jack powers, which was like a cool concept also. Because it began this whole like internal battle with like Jack trying to like control his dark powers and his light powers to keep him in check.
Right.
But I don't know. Yeah, probably 3 would be my favorite.
Okay. So the whole series in general, but 3 is your favorite.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they made a Jack racing game. That was the worst mistake they could have possibly done.
I heard that game wasn't like too terrible. Like honestly,
It's bad. It's bad.
Is it bad? Like
It's
how
very
bad are you
bad.
talking?
Like I'm talking. Take a shooter game. Take a third-person shooter game. Take Gears of War. Take Gears of War. Turn it into a racing game.
Like a kart racer, or like a legit racing game?
Like a
Like
legit
a
racing
racing
game.
game.
Oh shit!
Like a legit racing game. Like with a story and everything. Like, take that, and that's what they did to Jack and Daxter. They took my sweet boy and they ruined it.
Your sweet baby boy, your sweet summer child.
Yep.
We lost Tori.
They really did though.
Oh, the Wi-Fi computer.
Is it coming back on?
We can just
We're gonna
pause for a
transition yet
second and
again?
cut it out. So
Are you gonna edit it?
yeah, I can edit it.
But why
on the
do that?
computer.
When
Are
you
you
just
back?
keep going.
I'm
Working
back
with
on the
technical
computer.
Oh, shit.
difficulties.
Tori, you
Bonk
back?
2 that's showing up. Okay, it's gone.
The Wi-Fi is back, boys.
I thought they would shut down our Wi-Fi and have that. I really don't want to contact Comcast again.
Dude, Comcast kind of trash.
It's really trash.
Is there a Bonk Bonk 2? Like I
There
heard y'all
was.
talking about that.
It just showed up.
Bonk.
I was
bonk
worried that
too.
literally someone like got into our Wi-Fi somehow and like created another bonk bonk
That's weird.
with a different password.
Bonk.
But I'm pretty sure that was just what I was also worried about was like I created that at the beginning of the year because of the issues I was having. I created another one because that's what they told me to do, like restart the router and shit. So I was worried that they just like didn't recognize our current one and that we'd have router issues again.
Oh shit, Tori! Josh has Wi-Fi here.
What?
There's a Wi-Fi connection called Josh Wi-Fi.
Uh oh, Josh.
Dude, I'm actually
to
moving
explain?
that into your apartment above you.
All right, you ready to start back?
There's roll for connection. Oh, I love that.
Roll for
There's
connection.
Wu Tang.
Roll
There's
for
Wu
initiative.
Tang LAN. 4 girls, 1 router.
You guys.
Two bad bitches and a cat still there.
Hide your cage. Hide your Wi-Fi. Banana Street.
I like it. All right, Tori, what's your third
Yeah,
favorite
what's
game,
your
dog?
next one?
Oh, we're starting.
Yeah.
Did we start already?
We've already been
whoops.
going.
Well, I didn't think you'd keep recording.
Yeah, me and Josh
Oh,
had a nice
absolutely.
conversation about Resident Evil 4,
Okay.
which was
shoot.
my third one, by the way.
So my top 3, all these are like just haphazard games that I really liked. So the top 3 are kind of close. So I'll say the Harvest Moon for the GameCube.
Hey,
That's the one where you had like the blonde hair girl and the redheaded
yeah.
uh,
So
and the regular farmed girl.
I'm gonna cut you off.
Just
real
because
quick.
I like farming. Sorry,
No. I'm gonna cut you off real quick. I'm sorry.
I don't know why I
I'm
apologize.
gonna throw
You cut me
that
off.
into my honorable mentions. Was Harvest Moon Friends of Mineral Town for the
Yay!
Game Boy Advance. Fucking
Oh, yeah.
fantastic game.
Harvest Moon is good in general.
Alright.
All of them.
Continue. Sorry.
You can't mess up Harvest Moon. They're all good. I haven't played all of them though. Not much to really talk about Harvest Moon. You
You farm.
you have animals. You have was there an ostrich in this one?
I
think there was
don't
an
know.
ostrich in
Didn't
it.
play it.
You woo your respective partners, and you harvest your crops, and you upgrade your home. So it's pretty relaxed and fun, and I loved playing it when I was younger. I haven't played it forever, but I loved it.
Heck
So,
yeah.
I like those kind of games, like farming.
They're very
games and
chill.
whatnot.
I like chill games. Chill games are nice.
I want to get into Animal Crossing because I've never played it before. Honestly,
I think you would prefer
but
Stardew Valley, to be real honest, from what you sent.
maybe.
Really good. And they have a multiplayer. Me and Tia started a farm, but we could do a new one. I think you
maybe.
would like it. Anyway,
I'm playing Minecraft, and yeah, that's my third one. Not much to say there. So
yeah. All right, cool. Josh, what's your number 2?
My number 2, dude. You ready for it?
I am.
It is Escape from Tarkov, man.
Oh shit! Who'd have expected?
Dude,
You're number 2 of all time.
Dude, it has risen.
It is not even
through
out yet.
the ranks. I don't even care. It's so like the attention to detail in this game is so incredible that I just you can't like not recognize it.
I gotta be
and
real
appreciate,
honest.
like, all it has.
When you first told me about it, I was like, "What the fuck is this sketch ass fucking Unity bullshit?" And it has definitely like way outmatched my expectations. So much so that I bought the most expensive version.
And you hardly play it.
Oh, I do. It's every so often. So,
You hardly play it. It breaks my heart, man.
but I love
Breaks
playing
my
it when
heart.
I do. You don't invite me.
What do you mean,
You
dude?
don't invite me. I see you playing
Yeah,
it
that-
sometimes. There's no
That's a
invitation.
falsity. It's because you're never home, dude.
No invitation.
You're always busy.
All the crap.
Anyways, the reasoning for this is again, like I said, it is technically in beta, although I think it's a little bit past beta stage and in its own like.
It's still
Uh,
early access, but I don't know what exactly.
Yeah,
It is.
I wouldn't consider it a. I wouldn't consider it beta, but it's not the full game.
Yeah, it's not a finished
Clearly.
product, but it's getting there.
Yeah. But the attention to detail, it has all these features. There's no way you could ever play this on a controller. There's just absolutely no way. There's just so many things. Like, it has RPG elements, such as like armor levels, health points, and other things like that. But it's almost like there's no HUD, so you have to like go to a whole separate menu to check your status. If you get shot, like let's say you could have like NVGs or a visor on your helmet. You could actually have to like physically push them up or down to make sure they're actually active. If you get shot in a visor, a bullet shot, if it happens to bounce or get deflected by the visor, there will actually be cracks from where the bullet hits you in the visor. And it will consequently be able to take less damage in the future. And then, you have to check your magazine. You can just flex your gun, literally. You can rotate your head using your mouse click. The recoil, I don't know. The recoil is a bit, weird. I wish the full auto meta wasn't a thing, but it is what it is. I'm pretty bad at it, but it is the best action RPG horror game I've ever played in my life.
It is honestly, definitely a first-person horror game.
It's crazy how good it is.
Yeah.
Without it even being a finished product. So that's why it's my number 2. I love playing it. I love being a loot goblin. Fighting people literally is about stresses me out to the point where I'm about to have a heart attack. It's just a good time.
It's fun. It's definitely fucking fun, especially when you got multiple people playing. Alone, it's just scary as fuck, especially Interchange. Interchange is a nightmare.
Yeah, it's the rat's den, dude. It's crazy.
All right.
And then you can't even identify your teammates. You literally have to be like, "Hey, is that you?" Yeah. And then it kind of gets annoying sometimes, but how else are you gonna?
We've surprisingly not had that many issues. I've shot you a couple times.
You're also the same voice chat, probably, right?
Yeah, but it's still
there's no VoIP, so
yeah.
But yeah.
All right.
Anywho, Ty.
Nice. Tylor, what's your second favorite?
Let me pull up that list again real quick. Definitely.
The Wi-Fi deleted his list.
Definitely. I'm gonna have to go with the Call of Duty games. I've played so much of them.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
What a twist!
I've played a lot of them. I've spent a lot of a
fucking
lot of hours and days and very fond memories playing Call of Duty.
Fucking Tyler number
Especially
1. Madden. Here's calling it.
No, Madden is not my number 1. Can promise you, Madden is not my number 1.
All right, NBA Street.
So Call of Duty. Call of Duty throughout the years started out World at War, as a lot of people have. There's only 2 Call of Duties I really haven't played, and that's Ghost.
World War II.
Actually, there's 3 I haven't played. Ghost, Infinity. I think it was Infinity War or Infinite Warfare.
Infinite Warfare.
Where they were in space. Yeah. And World War II. Those are the 3 I've not played because those are the 3 that. From what I understand, are notoriously bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think that was everybody hated all. I think people liked Infinity War. I think the other 2 were notoriously bad.
Yeah. I mean, it started out World at War. I had it on the Wii, which was kind of fun. It was really weird playing it on the Wii. Not gonna lie. I had that little gun attachment for the remote, so you could put your nunchuck and the stick in a little plastic gun thing. But it was the worst because if you actually aimed down the sights of the said plastic gun, the reticle for your gun
way
in the game would be nowhere near where you're actually pointing the remote.
Well, yeah.
So it was the dumbest, cool idea, but very poor execution.
Well, the issue is you got your fucking light bar at the top of the TV, so you got to place it at the top of wherever you're at. So if you're aiming straight in the middle of the TV, it's gonna be way below or way to the side or whatever else,
Yeah, you're pointing at something on the screen with the remote, but the game is pointing at not that.
Yeah.
It's okay.
The cursor shows up on the wall next to your TV.
Yeah. But I don't know. It started with that, with the Nazi zombies and all that, and then the golden Modern Warfare 2. The golden, the peak of Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2. If only they would just release the multiplayer remaster. I need that.
What does that tell you about yourself, Tyler?
I would literally stop. If they re-released Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, goodbye League. I'm sorry, League is gone. I say that now, but League probably wouldn't be gone.
Nothing can get rid of League.
Don't lie to yourself.
You can't escape, Tyler.
But I would be playing Modern Warfare 2 a lot. Because the joy of getting a chopper gunner or an AC-130 at that was
Doggos.
Dude, that was the best time.
That was the time. If there was a time to play Call of Duty, that was the time to play Call of Duty. Because it was Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, that time frame.
World at War.
Oh my god. World at War was
It was good.
Fuck you,
Yeah,
World at War
I mean,
was
it was-
way
yeah.
better than good.
I mean, it was okay. It was good. No, I think it was just good.
The only thing it didn't
honestly.
have, I think, was creative classes, which I'm fine with that.
It
No,
did
World
have
War had
creative classes.
Yeah,
Are
it
you
did.
sure?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, 100%.
You couldn't change your kill streaks though. Everybody had the same kill streaks. It was recon plane, artillery, dogs. That was it.
Yeah, dogs. Dogs OP.
But like, but the kill streaks
dogs.
but the kill streaks in World at War were annoying because if you got the dogs and you waited to call the dogs in until you
You
died,
do a hypo.
you could use the dogs to get dogs again.
That's pretty cool.
Like if the dogs got 7 kills, you would have
I never-
another set of dogs.
I never
And-
saw the point of kill streaks because, like, why would you reward
The
someone
people
who's
that are doing better?
extra well?
Well, that's
by
why they
making them
introduced
do
the death
even better?
streaks, which is what we have
They-
right now.
Yeah.
This
Which
podcast.
was in Modern Warfare 2.
Wow. Speaking of,
Yeah.
Crazy enough.
That always angered me. I'm like, these people are already really good. Do you really need them to have a freaking helicopter shooting everyone who pokes their head out?
Well, the thing is, they introduced death streaks in Modern Warfare 2, and
No.
I think they kept those for like 1 or 2 more games, and people got pissy about it. So then they changed it from kill streaks to score streaks.
Well, it's because people started getting mad because, like, then they would die on purpose, right?
Oh,
And then make,
Well-
like, a huge comeback.
Yeah.
is that what people did? I don't.
I imagine
sure
that's
there's
what would
some
happen.
people
Like,
could.
you... What it... Like, say...
but again, that's not going to win you the game by faking, like,
No, because, like, say you, like, die, like, 2 or 3 times in a row, you get the death streak, and then you just start going on a fucking rampage. That's probably
I
what
don't
they would
remember
do,
death
right?
streaks, but I feel like it would be more than 1 or 2 deaths, or 2 or
Well,
3.
one of them,
Yeah, it's quite a few.
like the notorious painkiller death streak, makes you damn near impossible to kill in a 1v1 firefight.
Right.
I disagree, dude. I beat so many people with the painkiller thing. Like, it was not even really that challenging. Like, it wasn't that good, honestly. They were
remember
able to take
dying-
like 2 or 3 more bullets.
I remember
If you're
dying
bad
so
enough
many
to
times
get
Painkiller.
that death streak, I don't think you're going to be like Super Iron Man mode.
Yeah.
When
No, exactly.
Well,
a
and that's
little bit
probably
harder
why
to kill.
people abused it.
I don't think
Yeah.
the abusing is viable. It doesn't just sound
don't
viable.
think
Like,
so?
why would you just kill yourself a few times to get your, like, what's the
I
point?
feel like if
Well,
you don't care
nowadays
about
they
KD,
do the
it
score
makes
streak
sense.
thing, and like
You're
dying.
losing as many points as you're gaining.
Well, like nowadays, well, like with I think it's like the last 2 Call of Duties were like this. Actually, no. Modern Warfare didn't do this. It was just a Black Ops thing for Cold War, but they changed it to score streaks, and dying does not reset your score streak.
That makes sense.
So you literally just get your streaks for playing the game, and that made a lot of people upset.
Right.
They were just like,
Why? That makes so much sense. Like, even if like, if you're good, you get it faster. If not, you still get it eventually. Why?
Well-
Like, that makes sense, right?
It sounds a
Yeah,
little
but-
less broken.
But like the whole point of having the strong kill streaks be really high requirement kill streaks was like you have to be like
Good.
like you have to do good enough to get those. So when
If
you do
I have
get
someone
them,
with an
there's, like, a
aimbot
satisfaction.
ruin my kill streak, and I like, you deserve that reward. So even if you die, you should get it anyway. If someone with aimbot kills me in a normal situation where you have
Yeah.
to only get kills to get the kill streak, obviously. But if you have a score streak, if all these cheaters freaking kill me, it doesn't matter, and because I'm still good, I can kill everyone else.
But think about the satisfaction though. Like everybody knows like the satisfaction. Well, those of us that play
If you
Modern
get
Warfare
your
2,
score streak
The
first, that's
satisfaction
just
of-
as satisfying.
the satisfaction of getting a 25 kill streak nuke in Modern Warfare 2 was unparalleled.
I've never.
You felt like a god.
I've never
So
gotten
what
anywhere
you're-
near that.
So what you're saying is Call of Duty players can't do math into the thousands to where their score is like, I don't know what the score is, like how high did the score streak, like what were the standards for score streak? What were
I don't know.
what were
It changes every game, honestly.
Oh, okay.
But like the kill streaks, like if you got a 25 kill streak and you got a nuke, well, first of all, to get a nuke, you had to select that as one of your 3 kill streaks.
Right.
It wasn't like if anybody got 25, it was a nuke. Like you had to take away one of your 3 kill streaks to put nuke in there.
Right.
Jokes
So
on
essentially,
you, I didn't
instead
get
of
the
3
third one ever anyway.
I agree. Like score streaks should be customizable. I don't know if they have done that.
Like that is a thing. Yeah,
Okay.
but
So then
like,
why are they complaining?
well,
they're
it's
little
not.
bitches.
It's not as rewarding. Like
It's
okay,
just as rewarding. It's the same
so,
thing. It's
like-
literally the same thing.
Like the point that I was getting at, the satisfaction of getting 25 kills without dying in Modern Warfare 2 and getting a nuke
You can
and,
still get
and
that.
let's just say if you got like the equivalent of 25 kills in Cold War and got a nuke, it's not as satisfying because you probably died like a ton of times along the way.
But
You know
if
what I mean?
you can still aim to get that 25 kills without dying. It's not like you have to die. It's just preventing people who don't die from taking the lead further in front. It just allows those at the end to like use it once in a while.
It gives
It's not like you're losing
gives
the
a
game.
broader advantage. It makes sense.
Yeah,
And it makes
because you can like
it
lap
makes it
people with
easier.
these score streaks. You can like get your scores right. Like, can you lap? I guess that wouldn't make sense, but you can like
No, you can get score streaks off of
Rush.
score streaks, right, Tyler?
Yes, but it's very difficult. Like the score that like if you get a chopper gunner or an attack helicopter, like the score that gets you per kill is almost like it's less than getting an actual kill.
Right,
with
and
a
that
gun.
makes sense.
I agree with that
But
as
then
well.
if you get a shitload of them, then it makes sense, right?
But, I mean, if you're still good enough to consistently get more kills and a better score, you're still going to be getting more score streaks.
Yeah.
So your KD and your kills are still going up.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying. I just think people are stupid.
Yeah.
And
it's
little
just
babies.
like to me it doesn't feel as rewarding. I guess
That makes sense, but I mean,
like the whole that's no longer resetting your streaks. Like that doesn't feel as rewarding.
yeah.
That's my only gripe with like the newer Call of Duty.
Surprised it didn't do something like hardcore. You have the regular kill streaks instead of score streaks.
Well, I found out
Too
because they just released a league play,
Mhm.
like a ranked system for Cold War,
Oh, did they? That's
and
cool.
and in that, it's back to the old ways where like you had to actually get kills without dying to get kill
Well,
streaks.
yeah, if you're doing ranked, that makes sense. Casual play makes a lot more sense to do score streaks. So that's cool.
Because you're already playing with people like that are your skill level.
Right.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Good.
Yeah, so Call of Duty
second
number 3
game.
or 2. I mean,
Yes.
We should probably speed up a
Tor.
little bit. These two, I'll put Mario 64 in number 2.
Okay. Anything about
Just because it's like a doofy game. Like when I was a kid, it is. It's like playing
that?
it.
It is a doofy
Pulling
game.
his-
I agree
You
with
start
that.
the game literally pulling Mario's face around and like literally ripping his
Dude,
eyelids.
that menu screen,
Terrifying.
it is legendary. I fucking love
But-
that menu screen.
That's honestly one of the first games I've played. I think my dad won a Nintendo 64 at one of his like work
Oh, really?
picnic raffle.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, and he got Mario 64 with it. So I just remember like when that trifecta of like Mario Sunshine, Mario 64, and Mario Galaxy came out, I honestly
Yeah.
wanted to buy a Switch immediately, which is unfortunate because I still don't have one.
Well, I think they
But
only had
that's
that limited
because-
time anyway, so I don't even know
I
if they
know.
have them on sale.
But I wanted that because of Mario 64 because I love it's so unique. Like you jump into paintings to go into these levels,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like the Mario worlds because like you jump into a pipe and there's still
Yeah,
like different stars.
it's
slash
exactly
different-
like that.
yeah, it's different levels. Like it's not like an open world really, but it's somewhat original Mario games, I guess. But it's 3D.
Yeah, and that was the big deal at the
And-
time. I mean, and
Yeah.
obviously the polygons.
I don't care
like-
how polygon-y it was.
Yeah, no. I think the gameplay for sure holds up, and it's still one of my favorite Mario games.
Yeah, I
Probably
don't get
my
it why
second
people-
favorite Mario game, but it is.
People complain
I mean,
about like the controls being janky, and I'm like, it's really not.
No, it's solid.
actually really good.
almost every
Yeah.
Mario game, like almost perfect controls. Like
Yeah.
they're very
I-
responsive. They're very like there's not too much float. So
I think it's not. Yeah, exactly. And it's like it's peak. It's really good platforming fun.
Yeah.
It's just it starts off easy in the bomb world where it's like pretty simple and to get stars and collect shit. But then like
then you get to the
when you
crazy
move
areas.
the upper floors, you have like that rainbow level where you have to stay on this carpet the whole time,
Right.
and it disappears. And it rewards you because there's like these tantalizing coins in certain areas, but you have to leave the carpet. And then you have to get back to it in time.
And then you got like secret coin stars and a bunch of other bullshit.
yes, yeah, 100 coin stars.
Yes.
There's a bunch of stars in like every level. Fuck that water spider level. I will never not hate that place.
That place is dumb. Like the
garbage.
fucking platform guys that throw you. It's just
Yeah, it's infuriating.
and then you have to fuck with the water level.
Yeah, I
that
hate the water one.
place, I didn't like.
That place is the only gripe I have.
The Nessie level, like not the Nessie part. I like the Nessie part,
place?
but like the part where all the Monty moles are and there's gas and you're just like fucking sprinting around. It's not good.
Just get the metal cap and run through the Monty moles. I mean, the gas. I don't mind that part. It's kind of like a maze. That's what I take it as.
That was the issue. So all right,
I didn't have an issue.
Well, cool.
But yeah.
Josh. No, you already did. It's my turn.
I did my number 2. Yeah.
My number 2 is a mix between Dark Souls 1 and 3, but more leaning towards the 3. I played 1 more, but 3 is like significantly better in gameplay and just has a better gameplay loop because of like abilities and stuff with the weapons. Like the weapon arts make a huge difference.
Right.
And I'm not going to go into super big detail because I'm pretty sure most people play Dark Souls, but like Dark Souls 1 obviously had a little bit better of level design, a little bit more looping. Same thing with like Resident Evil 4. There's a lot of areas where you'll like come back to the next area, but then there'll be a new portion because you went through a bunch of stuff and you open up a new door, but it leads back to the same central area. Like for the village, it's like that for Resident Evil 4. And a little bit in the castle, but not quite as much. Same thing with Dark Souls 1. They lost that a little bit with 3, but that was because you got the teleport right away with the bonfires. And honestly, I like that better. At first, I did not, but like playing it over and over again, I don't know. It feels a lot better, I think.
Convenient.
Yeah, it's a little bit more linear, but I think
Dark Souls 3 is like way more linear.
You can't sequence break as hard.
You could do so much more in Dark Souls 1, like right out the gate.
I don't think so.
There still are specific
you can, but the issue is like you have to sprint through like level 1 in areas that are like level 30, so it doesn't even help you that much.
Like if you
like the Great Scythe, great. That's awesome. But I don't.
So like,
I don't like the fucking stats for it. I don't like the like move set for it. So I don't care about that. And then there's a bunch of other shit that you can do. Like, it's
like if you
it's not fun. You know what I mean? Like you can do it, but just because you can doesn't mean it's good.
I don't know. I was able to do it. And it was fine. Like I mean, I beat the old king, like the 4 kings.
Yeah.
At
why
level
does that
12.
make it better?
It doesn't matter.
I don't know, just because you're able to, just for the fact that you can.
It's cool that you can, but
but there's
think
still
that
like
it's better.
because there's another path that you can walk straight doesn't mean that's like it's more interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the choices that I can like. If I wanted to go,
there are no choices. There's like you can go 3 different ways, and it's a straight path.
So, but if I wanted to go fight like Pinwheel, I could. If I wanted to go fight the 4 kings immediately, I could.
I know.
If I wanted to go directly to like the DLC, well, you got some steps you got to go through.
You have a lot more shit to do for the DLC. You can't get it immediately.
But I mean, there is like alternate routes.
There is alternate routes, but it's just a pain
Dark Souls 3, I just feel like you didn't have that at all.
I don't know. I'm just saying after playing 3, I definitely played 1 more, but after playing 3 for like 800 hours, it is my favorite by far. I tried to play the remake and I tried to replay 1. I just can't go back to them because the controls feel so much clunkier than 3 does.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But Bloodborne.
I don't like Bloodborne.
I have not played Bloodborne enough to have an opinion on that.
Maybe if Bloodborne comes to PC, maybe I'll be a little bit more interested in it. But I've played it on PS. It's not a PC Master Race thing. It's just like I don't play on PS4 that often anyway. So like I've tried to play it. I bought it like 3 years ago, and I've tried to play it on like 4 separate occasions, and every single time I beat the first boss, and then I just drop it. I'm just not interested.
It's a completely different play style.
Yeah.
It's much
more aggressive. It's a little bit faster, and it's just like I haven't even played Sekiro. It's just not. It doesn't interest me.
I haven't played Sekiro. That's the one.
I would love to play Sekiro.
There's no leveling up. I don't need it. It's not.
You like the customization.
I do like the customization. Build, like, that's the whole thing with Dark Souls, is like you can make a million different builds, and it's just fun like that. So,
that's where I feel like Bloodborne kind of fell off. It had so much potential, but they only had like 10 different weapons in the game.
did they?
Which, yeah, the weapon choices, there's not very many. But it's weird because technically there's 20 weapons.
Yeah.
Because each weapon has 2 forms. There's a one-handed form and a two-handed form.
Right.
I'm
I'm hoping Elden Ring falls farther into the Dark Souls realm than Bloodborne or Sekiro.
Is that another? I've not heard of the new installment in
Elden Ring.
Elden
They
Ring
announced it
is
like
made by-
3 years ago.
yeah.
They have said literally nothing about it. They actually had to make an announcement a couple weeks ago to say that it
still
has
exists.
not been canceled because they haven't said anything about it. But George
That's how
R.R.
good it's gonna
Martin and
Wait, what?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
writing the
I
story
did not
for
know
it.
that. Oh shit!
So
I do like the story of Bloodborne better than the Dark Souls stories. Like the Dark Souls stories, they're
Stories.
pretty repetitive.
I was gonna say the Dark Souls story is literally the same pretty much every
The
time.
same concept.
yeah, well, I mean that's fine. I'm fine with that.
Even 3 hits on the fact that like, hey, you've done this like a million times.
Yeah.
That's why there's so many. That's why they're killing the first flame. By the way, Dark Souls series was literally my number 1.
Well, don't say it now.
No way!
Spoilers.
Oh no!
Well, I mean, you just talked
Tyler,
about
you
it.
too.
Terrible.
Tyler, you too?
I'm not gonna confirm more than I.
Tyler, you too. Wow.
All right.
You guys
Dude, the
are
Dark
trash.
Souls series is a masterpiece. It really is.
It's,
Well, you were the last one for the number 2, right, Cheats?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Continue.
So yeah, I mean, we're gonna pivot literally into my number 1.
This is our
then after
segue
that.
to Josh's number
Do we
1.
need
Yeah,
to say much more about it though?
Tyler, is
My
yours number 1 too?
well,
Yeah.
Okay, you guys can both talk about it.
Okay, so I mean, the Dark Souls series, obviously, I even like from the first time that I picked it up, like I don't know when did Dark Souls 1 come out? Like 2012 or something like that.
Or no,
Yeah,
11.
okay.
2011.
11.
A lot
You
later
showed
than I
it to
thought
me in
would be.
2012.
Right. So that was like I literally was watching this TV show called like X Play,
Mhm.
which was like on G4
Yeah,
TV.
G4.
Yeah. And they were like,
Influential
man,
video games
this
of-
game got 5 out of 5 stars. If you want to play a fucking hard ass game and like feel extremely rewarded while playing it, this is the game that you want to play. And I'm like, damn, that sounds like masochism. And I'm in on it.
See, I got introduced to Dark Souls from first 2 best friends play, and then you shortly after.
I know Dark Souls is hard, but it's not like it's not frustratingly hard either.
See,
It's
you're better at it than
I
I expected
disagree.
you to be. Like, you kicked the shit out of it your first playthrough. You had no problem. So,
Well,
I don't know what the fucking deal was.
I don't know. Maybe it's just the game style, like that. That it just
Yeah, maybe
flows
you just
well with
like
me.
that type of game style. But I showed you Dark
I mean,
Souls
I'm
1.
not, like-
You played it through on my computer, my old laptop. You
Yeah,
played
I
through.
did.
And you had no issue with it whatsoever.
Well, 2 I had way more issue with.
2's
I
hard.
never finished
2's
2.
bad game
It's hard.
design.
Very,
That's
very
they had to
Bad.
remake it.
It's just not fun.
They didn't even remake it. Scholar,
Scholar of the First Sin,
is-
they moved shit around because it was
Oh,
bad.
Right, you know what? That was a
They
harder
remedied
version.
some things.
No, Scholar of the First Sin was like that was the game that was too hard.
Oh, okay, that's the one I played.
Yeah, that was the way harder version because they like
Cool.
they add stronger enemies and more enemies.
Cool,
And-
I'm happy about that. Totally.
Yeah. So
I made it to
I-
the freaking the like half naked scorpion lady, and I quit. I couldn't.
Oh,
I was like, I'm furious. I went through the fortress even, and after that, I think the lady killed me 100 times. Oh my god!
she's not too terrible, but like
I was already at my limit to the
Yeah.
point of reaching this boss fight.
like that area is annoying because there's like
Yeah.
it's a bunch of cursed pots.
Yes,
Like,
I
all
know.
over.
Fucking Jesus.
I went to the
Like,
Undead
it's
Wharf like
fine.
80 times.
That
Like,
place is annoying.
well, that was the first place that I went to. I didn't go to the Golem place.
Why would you do
Yeah,
that?
because I didn't know how to fucking game. Branching paths.
you
That's
even
a
do that?
fucking bad
So,
branching path
How do you
right there.
do that?
So yeah, Dark Souls 2 is an example of like bad branching paths, I think. Because
It's impossible to go in any direction.
right,
Besides
and
one.
almost every direction was incredibly difficult to go through if you like did not know how to play. So if you thought you were going there, and then like if you were to actually get past like a certain point in one direction, they'll
The
just,
boss cuts you
they'll
off.
just no, not even the boss. They'll just have like some sort of off the wall blockage, like a stone statue person that you need a fragrant branch of yore to unstonify them.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, right.
that's like the only way through. And like, oh, well, where the fuck am I going to get that? And I just
that's
defeated
true.
all these enemies, and now what the fuck?
Well, and then also the farming thing mixed with the soul level. Like, your soul
Yeah, that
level
was
goes down even if you don't level up. Or, I mean, stays the same even if you don't level up. And then also, if you farm the enemy 10 times, then they just stop spawning in.
Yeah, that was
So-
yeah. Because at first I
Um,
couldn't beat the Sentinels, I think it was.
Yeah.
And I had very space to
Oh,
farm.
they're hard, dude.
And so I couldn't get past those for the longest time because I wanted to farm those people in the giant, like near the giants area that like shoot bows at you, where you climb up those ladders. Does that makes that was
Yeah.
2, right? Yeah, that was 2. But they stopped spawning in, and I was like, I what do I do? Do I
They
just
shoot
keep
the bows
trying?
at you. Are you talking about like the Iron Fortress?
No,
No.
I don't remember the names of any place. But you know where like shit, it's been a while. You like climb up these stairs to the safe point where the witch is, and then you go down the wooden ladder, and there's the elevator there is where it is to the giant, I think. But there's like an elevator where there's like flames beneath it.
I haven't played through 2,
And
so I
to
can't help you.
Yeah,
to the
I-
left
I-
of that, if you keep going through, there's like a bunch of rooftops and a ladder that goes to like a stone wall. And that's
It's
the
been
first
such a
time you
long
fight the stupid dragon dude who flies in from the shield.
Oh, the beginning part. Okay.
yeah, that's the
Yeah.
beginning.
Gotcha.
I'm about to say, I think I know what you're talking about.
Oh,
like
the
the very
Pursuer.
Yeah, the
The
pursuer.
pursuer,
The
that trash man.
Pursuer.
Yeah, he's hovery.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
hovering knight.
Does he come back
He's like-
even if you kill him?
Freaking
Like,
right
does
at
he
you.
keep coming?
No,
No.
no. If you beat him, you beat him.
Oh, okay.
And then
Well-
you get a fancy ring too.
Yeah,
for,
Nice.
like beating him.
he's
Yeah.
so hard.
He is pretty tough, especially early on.
He's like Havel
Yeah.
from early on.
no, dude, he's worse than
Havel's
I
that.
think
He's-
so. I think Havel's
Yeah, he's
like way
definitely
harder
harder
than
than
that guy.
He's
No,
backstab 100
Because
times.
Havel
Yeah, you
like fucking 360 no scopes you with his fucking club in the first one.
He-
Nah,
the
he's
tower?
easy to. He's pretty
Yeah,
easy to
but the
avoid.
pursuer like will fly 30 feet.
Yeah, right?
like,
And swing. Not
instantly
only does he
and
stab
smack
from
you.
30 feet away, he'll swing his shit around and kill you.
I would say
immediately.
that some of these enemies even have like aimbot. I like how we're just shitting on Dark Souls 2 right now.
Dark Souls 2 is
This is my
bad.
favorite.
I actually enjoyed Dark Souls
We're gonna
2.
shit on Dark Souls 2. But like a lot of the Dark Souls 2 enemies even like had like the aimbots, like where they were like fully swung, and then if you dodged, they were just still kind of like whoop.
Yeah, they
Really?
lean towards
That's
you.
pretty shit.
After you dodge.
Sometimes that
They
happens,
lean
yeah.
towards where you're dodging.
Well, I
Yep.
mean, it's kind of
It's
like with one
ridiculous.
with the arrows. Like the arrows follow you to a
Yeah,
certain
but this
extent.
is like to a
Every game.
much worse degree.
yeah.
Every game.
Like they're swinging a sword already in the direction you're going.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop you right there. Have you considered a?
Getting good.
It doesn't matter which direction you go. They predict it.
So did your
There
guys?
is no getting good.
Did both of you guys' number ones be Dark Souls 1 or Dark Souls which one?
I just wrote the Dark Souls series. I
Oh,
love
just
all
the
of them.
series.
Despite-
Cop out.
If I had to pick a
Kind of
specific
Coward.
What's up?
If I'm picking a specific one, Bloodborne.
Bloodborne. Okay, see, I never played Bloodborne.
Yep.
I've never played
I-
Bloodborne, but it has that appeal. I like the appeal of Bloodborne. I don't
The
play it.
aesthetic's a
played-
lot cooler, but like, nah.
I played so much Bloodborne on the PlayStation when I was in Germany. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
I feel like since I liked like the dual wielding, like in Dark Souls 3, that I enjoy the aggressive nature to some extent
Yeah.
in Bloodborne.
Sadly, I never beat the expansion for Bloodborne. I never even bought the expansion, and I regret that completely because I heard the expansion was really good.
You can
But by the
still
time
do
the
that.
expansion came out, I played so much Bloodborne and did so many builds. I'd probably beat the game with every one of the like trick weapons once, at least. And
Let's talk about that bow run, cheats.
I did all the possible builds.
all of my bow runs.
This is quickly becoming a Dark Souls podcast.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
All
Sorry,
right, we need to move on.
Sorry,
We
Tyler.
can do a
Yeah, I
Dark
agree.
Souls podcast later.
I'm sorry.
Bloodborne's good.
I did play. Actually, you know what? Now I think about it, though, Tyler did bring Bloodborne over, and I played it with him like for a little bit.
Yeah, we played it at your
I-
mom's
I-
house for a while.
Yeah, I tried karate chopping everything just to see if I could do it.
Didn't go well.
Yeah.
To be fair, that like the axe that you were using, Josh, is like one of the best fucking weapons in the game.
The switch
Is
axe.
it?
I'm not even joking. Like the axe that turns into a halberd, bro. It's so good.
Is that why I was doing so well?
Yeah,
Okay.
My favorite
because it has
the
so much
cane
range and so much AOE.
Gotcha.
Cane whip.
Gotcha.
over.
Okay. Well, okay, for real, we got it. We
gotta move on. All right, Tori, number 1.
Pikmin 2.
Pikmin 2, the
Yeah.
worst of the 3.
No, it's not.
I like the first one best.
First one's fun, but the second one's more. It's just better. It's more It's more like bright and flashy and creative.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, they had to fucking top off.
And it
after
had
Pikmin
more
2,
players.
1.
Part of the reason I love this game is
Fucking
because
Louis.
I love shit on Tito. When we played 1v1.
Yeah,
Um,
I hate 1v1. I was lost.
I'll talk about the actual story mode, but my favorite thing to do, and I think this was her strat sometimes too, was to, you press X on the GameCube controller to like disperse your Pikmin, and they're on their own.
Right.
There's this map, like a rusty, metal-looking map that has bombs on them.
Right.
What you can do is you can smack a bomb and then pick it up and chase after your enemy's Pikmin. So many games during this map, we already knew what was going to happen, so we would both try to rush to kill each other's Pikmin in one bomb blast. So you could either immediately try to rush towards each other's Pikmin group with a bomb to try to kill them in one burst, or you could play defense and like throw your Pikmin around so where they all wouldn't die in one blast, and then you could turn around and go kill their Pikmin in 1 or 2 blasts. So we had some like next level strats as like young like kids.
Yeah.
Not really young kids, but like tweens, teens.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason I love it. And cherries are OP.
I'm assuming you and Tia were pretty competitive. Did Sawyer get in on that too, or no?
He did sometimes, yeah, but not as much.
Yeah.
But the story, I just love Pikmin in general. Not that I don't like Pikmin 1. I've never played Pikmin 3, unfortunately.
3 just came out with the Switch Deluxe version.
I did
2
see that.
weeks ago, I think.
I'm gonna get the Switch. I'm gonna get if it becomes cheaper, like you said. I'm just gonna get the cheaper one. I think.
Yeah.
I changed my mind.
They're still talking about the new one coming out in like a couple months, probably.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with if it's just like bigger, more space. I don't see the need in getting that really. But anyway, Pikmin, it's such a creative like puzzle game because it's very puzzly, right?
Right.
Like you have to add up how many Pikmin you need to destroy a wall in a certain amount of time, or you need to collect enough Pikmin by sacrificing other Pikmin.
So that you can make
that's part of why
bridge,
I like.
or like
Yeah, that's why I like 2 is because they added like this whole unique like you need to sacrifice like 5 to 10 of your normal like blue, yellow or red Pikmin, which are valuable in their own extent.
Yeah.
To get these other unique Pikmin,
the purple,
like
and white
strong
and
boys.
black, right?
In this one, it was just purple and white. The rocks were in 3.
Oh, the rocks. Okay. Yep.
But yeah, I just love solving puzzles and like fighting, and because it's hard. It's a hard game. Like you have to like determine how many Pikmin you want to fight a boss because you know there's going to be some death.
Yeah.
And you have to figure out how many Pikmin you can survive with and still beat the level. It's just really fun. And
Well, and then you got the overarching.
It's super rewarding at the end because like you earn these special. In Pikmin 2, you earn like abilities with the items that you pick up, like a pop with your punch,
Mhm.
and like a larger whistle with certain levels. It's just it's so fun.
Yeah. It's a really fucking good game. I mean, I love. Pikmin 1.
If I can't find it, I got my GameCube working, right? And if I cannot find Pikmin 2 at home, I will pay $150 to get another one.
That
Jesus.
Because that's how much it is at the store right now.
oof.
Yeah, let's say that's a bit
Mayhaps check
too
online.
much.
I will check online, but I'm sure you can get it cheaper. But
Well, you can play the ROM version.
I'm
on
just
your PC
I'm
for free
just
as
saying
well,
that
but
to like
wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
nail in how much I like this game.
Yeah.
I'm not like
I feel you.
just gonna toss money at it.
I mean, 1's really good. I didn't get super into 2. I don't know if there's you got the overarching timeline in 1 where you have to find all the parts before 30 days is up, otherwise you'd like suffocate and die. So that's really cool.
Yeah, there's something like that in 2. It's less like death and more like
Yeah.
this dude's business is gonna go out if you don't repay it using these items.
Well, and then you get more time when you find the oxygen thing too, or it's not oxygen,
Yeah,
it's
right.
whatever they're breathing. But you
I
know
don't
what
remember as much. Yeah,
Yeah.
The first one was fun. Don't get me wrong. It's just I remember, and I played more of the second one.
Fair enough. All right, my turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Oh, and the enemies were fucking awesome. Super unique. That's one of my favorite things. Is like super unique, interesting enemies.
I really like the fucking basic bitch, like giant weird mushroom looking,
the like spotty like
tooth
what are their
goof
names?
things. Yeah,
Yeah, those are cute. I like the blowy boys.
they're cool as shit.
These blow-
Just all the enemies are really cool in that game.
All the enemies are super
Yeah.
interesting.
All right, my
Done.
favorite game of all time, Dark Cloud.
Oh shit! Who could have seen it coming?
Everybody,
Yeah, I knew that
everybody
was
could have
coming.
seen it coming. I was trying to get Josh to play it because I feel like it
Really
is
fun.
kind of sort of like a basic bitch, like early Dark Souls game, but instead of upgrading yourself, you only get to upgrade your weapons. But instead of like upgrading yourself, you got the sword evolutions, which is something that I would love to implement in a game that I would make.
It is really
It's
fun.
super
I like that a
fucking
lot.
cool.
Why
And
not
I
both?
feel like I've never seen anyone else do something like it. I don't know why. It's just like imagine a Pokemon evolution, but every time you got to level 5, it evolved,
So there,
and then it just
there are a lot
went
of JRPGs
a huge
that do
fucking
that.
sword tree. Yeah,
which is what this is. I'm pretty sure.
yeah,
right?
it's a JRPG. It's made by Level 5. It was the company that made all the Yokai Watch games and Professor Layton. So, and Ni no Kuni is another popular game that they made. But yeah, so the second one wasn't as good, but I just played the shit out of one. It's like 100 hours to beat, and then they have, once you beat it, there's a 100 floor dungeon that you have to fight at the end. That it's like fucking boss level monsters on every floor, and you get to the end and you just get. I don't think you get anything. I forget. It's been a while since I've played it, but I've started that game over so many fucking times. You build your own city. It's just cool. It was a PS2 game, and it's just, I think it was ahead of its time, to be real honest with you. But it was when I got it when I couldn't play, because my mom was super strict. I got it when I couldn't play PG-13 games, and it had enough action, but it was still cartoony that she let me play it, and it was just a fucking, that was my lifesaver game that I just played all the fucking time, and it always changed because you get 6 fucking characters, and then you got the sword changing evolution chain for everybody's different weapons. So you had a sword, an axe, a fucking lance, magic, which was in the form of bracelets and jewelry, a slingshot, a hammer, and a gun. There was a rabbit with a gun.
Jesus.
So, but yeah, super fucking cool game. So that's everybody's lists. Do you want me to go through these news articles real quick and then we can end off?
No, I think what's our time at on this one? I think we're about an hour and a half.
Probably about an hour and a
Yeah,
half.
it's pretty long, man.
Okay, all right.
We'll probably save these for next
We
time.
can hold it off. The news articles won't be as fresh. Let me just go through them real quick. It'll be quick. I'm just gonna do 2 because I just thought they were
Do
funny.
the Blue Eyes one.
All right, Blue Eyes. Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game is releasing $1,000 USD Blue Eyes White Dragon, made from 99.9% pure silver, and it comes on a plaque.
Shit. Wait. Shit.
It's a Masterpiece
the metal
Series
Donald
collectible
Pokemon
card.
things?
They're making 1,000 initial copies,
It's the metal
and it is
Pokemon from-
$1,000 to pre-order. Looks
Wow.
cool as shit.
I'll tell Nick.
And this one was
We'll buy it.
for you guys. Pokemon's making a League of Legends style spin-off game on Android. The beta's coming out in March for Canada, but it's called Pokemon Unite, and it looks cool as shit.
I don't think it's gonna do well.
If it wasn't on the phone, I might actually play
It looks super cool. I think the
I
beta's
hate
just on the
mobile
phone.
games. I don't think mobile games should be on mobile.
You don't think
I
so?
honestly don't. No.
It seems like it'd be too difficult to play accurately.
I don't like RPG, certain RPGs. I don't like the little analog stick that some mobile games give you. It's trash.
I don't know.
It's
I just thought it looks really cool, so I thought you'd be interested
It's
since
interesting.
it's League of Legends style. So
I'm not really into Pokemon
Yeah.
that much. I mean, I could be, but I just never grew up with it.
really cool. All right. Anyway, so that's all I cared about. Dino Crisis has a game coming out. It's like a spiritual successor, but that doesn't really matter. So we'll end it with that. If you guys enjoyed it, please check us out on Twitch, Stitcher, Spotify, Facebook, YouTube, all that, Instagram, everything else.
Yeah.
And check us out on Patreon at patreon.com/randomenation. And thanks for listening. Have a good night or day or whenever you're listening to. Bye.
Like and subscribe.